doesn't have, olive oil has zero THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, which is the component that makes people have a psychoactive effect, or the high effect, if you will. And so, and that's not the intention of what we have. It's not the intention of the company. But there's some benefit behind the THC effect. We know in a lot of literatures, but there's some detriments as well. And so the other reason we use the CALM is the way it's formulated is to have the benefits and the effects of the THC without the high. So the nice calming effect, the mellow effect, the adaptogen effect. An adaptogen just means it's something that you take for your body and hormones to adapt the way that you are. It's got doses of a magnesium L3 and 8, the valerian roots, ashwagandha, all these different things to really help keep that calm state of mind. But like I said, you have the calming effects of the THC without the high, or as JT calls it, you have the benefit without the sin, right? Yeah, the benefit without the sin. And so, so basically, what happens is that this calm formula, which once again is very different, very different than the focus formula. They're both hemp oils, but they behave very differently. And in the very near future, in the science page, you'll see some data on the CALM that we're really excited to share as well. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that, hey, CALM is for sleep and focus is to keep you awake. That works for me like that. It's not necessarily so for everyone. We have a lot of people, especially the military vets that I work with, a lot of people with sort of, anxiety, can't calm down issues. They take this during the morning time, and they're like in the zone throughout the day. They feel good. So if you do take this in the daytime, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's the way that your brain and body operates. So if you feel good with it, it keeps you nice and mellow, keeps you nice and focused and calm, then go ahead and do it. There's no rules here, and like I said, Austin, there's no protocols, because protocols sucker you into this limiting belief. So whatever works for you works for you. And remember, this is a food. CALM is a food. It's part of what helps with the body, with not just the immune system, but helps to nourish the body's immune reactions to different things in life. And so I think that's the most powerful thing to really understand.
I love that, Doc, and I love your perspective on protocols. These are products that you can take all the time. You shouldn't have to feel restricted to what someone else has found to work for them. Find what works for you and use it. CALM's something for me. I'm one of those people that can use it in the morning, but I can also use focus. It sort of depends on my circumstance or my season. CALM's something that helps with turbulence if you're flying on an airplane, or for some people.
Oh yeah, it does.
For some people who can't handle traffic. And I know a lot of those people. It helps for those folks as well. Both products are amazing. Doc, as we wrap up, the thing on everyone's mind is, number one, I'd like you to address, and you did a little bit, the mindset or operating system of that fear can cause. These are two products that are both amazing in helping to calm the body, create balance in the body. So addressing fear, but also if you're watching this and you're wondering, man, I want to build a strong body, a resilient body, one that can defend itself against things going on in the environment, are these products that you feel comfortable saying, hey, these are things you can take that can move you closer in that direction of wellness?
Yes. The short answer, right?
All right.
And so, first of all, I just want to make sure people understand, like, the CALM and the focus is not designed for a specific medical purpose. It does not kill coronavirus. I don't care what people say. It does not kill coronavirus. It doesn't kill the flu. It's like, damn it. And so what it really does, and the intention behind it, is that if you think about, what CALM and focus is and what it does for you, if you have the benefit of having improved sleep, if you have the benefit of improving the cognition, improving that performance throughout the day, what happens is that your brain develops this level of equilibrium, where, by the way, your brain also controls all hormone levels in the body, right? Through a process called neuropeptide signal modification. I use big words, so I sound smart, but what it really means is that your brain has these signals that stimulate your glandular organs, the organ that balance your hormones. Your hormones are the things that talks to your body. And these same signals also talks to your bone marrow to start producing your immune cells, basically your sniper rifles, right? And your line of defense. And so what's happening is that if you have anything that helps you with this sleep benefits, anything that helps you with the benefits of just staying that focus and being happy, that happiness is part of building your immune system. And so, I kind of find it funny that people kind of ask, oh, should I be taking this for that? It's like saying, well, should I be, eating blueberries, or should I be eating kale to be part of my, healthy lifestyle? Like, those are foods. And so is this. It's a food. It's something that you consume. And I really want people to view it that way, because it's what it really is, right? And so, with all this hysteria about the viruses and all this stuff over here, I find it a little humorous, but at the same time kind of sad that so many people are kind of affected by it. You hear these things from the World Health Organization. You hear these things from the Department of Health. My kid's school decided not to be open for the next couple of weeks, which is kind of crazy. The NCAA canceling, NBA canceling. All these things are actually a response not to the virus, but it's a response to the hysteria. Please recognize that, people. It's a response to the hysteria. And that the hemp can be contributing to the part of you establishing a balance. So you're not part of the hype, you're not part of the hysteria, you're part of the balancing effect. And I know JT's about to come on, cut me off, but right before I shut off, Austin, I think this is an important part, is that Austin, you and I both really respect the elderly. We talk about that a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Elderly people have so much information, so much life until you lived, but we also know that viruses like coronavirus, the flu, they affect the elderly more than anyone else, right? Well, the elderly are the people who basically have the immune system over time can start declining a bit. And so their worries are more. Their acid production in their gut is less. So they stop absorbing these fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K. And we know from studies that vitamin A, for example, that line the airways of the lungs, are associated with helping the immune system, right? And so part of the lack of the absorption is because of the hysteria. When your mind is in fight or flight, it does not want to absorb food. It's like trying to drink a healthy smoothie while running away from a tiger. Your body is not equipped to absorb that. It's equipped to fight the freaking tiger or run away. What happens is that food becomes a toxin to you, so you develop intolerances to that food. So if you think about that, if someone's watching on their phone, they're looking at WHO, looking at these announcements about coronavirus, and they're just eating their food, right? And that fight or flight in their brain does not allow the food to permeate to the body. It actually depletes the immune system, even if they're eating healthy food. And if you have something that is able to calm your brain, make you focus, and make you calm, that should be very logistically part of what you should be doing. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. That's powerful way of explaining it, Doc. And I know we could stay on here. No one's gotten off the Zoom. Everyone I know wants to hear more from you. So, you know what? Expect a phone call from JT and I asking you to do one of these here within the next week for sure, and keep this conversation going. And we really appreciate you being your time.
No, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Doc. So, spread confidence, not fear. And as JT and I said at the beginning of the phone call, as I hand it over back to you, JT, to wrap us up, this Zoom was about immunity. And our brand, we're really proud that it is something that can help people attach themselves to something as powerful as having immunity in your life. Building a business successfully from your phone by sharing something, as Doc so eloquently and intelligently laid out, can bring real value and balance to our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So with that being said, our lead marketer, John Taylor, I'm going to